Hello there, my name is Placeholder and welcome to Aliens Fireteam Elite. Today we're going to be showcasing the Demolisher class, one of my all-time favorite, mostly because of the bigger guns and of course also the big guns on the character that you choose, not entirely related. Main reason I love the Demolisher class is because it's a little bit more intense, it's a little bit more shooting, a little bit more heavier lifting than just simply providing aid, a little bit more grunt work, kind of like the gunner in this situation. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the OG micro rockets. That is so unpredictable. Ah, but the smart gun, absolutely fantastic.
Didn't expect so many.
Dynamo room.
Ambush.
Where is he? I just looked there.
Cleaning this up is gonna make noise, vibration, heat, whatever bugs key off, they'll catch it. Be ready for a fight when you switch on.
I don't really need sentry guns this time. They're nice to have, but you don't need them every single stinking time.
Look at this.
Would you find one? Or no, we're not going over there, my guy. It's not useful.
Long while. It's gonna take time to movement.
Alright, no one down there, okay.
Dynamo just finished injecting lubricant. H2 feeds just connected. Getting there.
Time to unleash the big guns.
Big damn signal here.
Why is he coming left? Of course he's gonna attack me first. Thank you for shooting him. Thank you also for killing him. I thought I was gonna get him. Something is just so satisfying about having a magazine that fits 250 rounds. It's almost indescribable. I've only shot a few real guns, but it would be so nice to have one of these that's strapped to my back. Especially the fact that it has an armature that holds it steady while you shoot, that's just attached to you. That is by far one of the coolest things that I loved about the first two Aliens movies, is when they introduced this smart gun. This was like absolutely like the coolest looking machine gun that I had ever seen in my life.
Break out the heavy shit. This is gonna get spicy. I got Esther standing by me. She's our battalion synthetic.
That's one of the best things to use your little detonator there for, is just to get people off, I should say xenomorphs off your teammates without damaging them as well. Because in later missions, when friendly fire is active, it can be a real challenge to try to shoot them off of anyone if you don't have that available. He's going in there by himself. He's kind of an idiot.
Accessing. Thank you. I will be a moment.
Ouchies.
Got it. While S runs through the logs, you keep heading out. On your toes, fire team. On the flank.
Ouchies. Oh, now you activate overclock. That's very helpful, my friend. After we already kill all the xenomorphs.
2 weeks ago, main claim on Deck 41 was accessed. I believe by
I do not hate on low-level players. I just don't like when people at any level just don't know how to use their different abilities to just help. Granted, in Standard it doesn't always necessarily need to be used, but it just helps, because then it trains you to use it even at later missions. Sorry, I tend to go in a trance whenever I shoot this gun. I just tend to focus, even though it's definitely a good gun to just kind of fire and forget what you're doing. Because it traces most of its enemies, and it just plows through them. Let's kill the warrior. Oh, the overclock is so nice on this gun. Alright, gents, good work. Let's get out of here. So just like we did in the last episode, we're going to kind of compare and contrast the basic setup compared to the setup that I usually run. This is by far one of the more basic ones, I guess, for the Demolisher. It's one of the ones I started out with that I chose and played. This is the first one I leveled up all the way to max rank. I still like the traditional pulse rifle, but the smart gun, absolutely by far one of the best heavy weapons. I honestly don't think you can pretty much beat it. I really like it, especially the fact that it actually can focus on different targets, so you don't necessarily have to aim nearly as much, which is always a plus whenever you're firing on the move. Their perks, I definitely don't like the original perk. Again, it's been a while since I played with just the original micro rockets. It's not exactly the best overall ability in my personal opinion. It's good, it's great for clearing a large area, but overall just not as good. Got the blast wave, which is basically that concussion grenade. Knocks down enemies. However, it doesn't really damage them at first level. When you get those perks upgraded, absolutely amazing. Different game changer, especially for larger enemies. And whenever you get swarmed by larger groups. The most passive ability it has is Clear the Room, which gives a large stack, just like the one with the gunner, which I believe the state was just focus. It basically just keeps adding more and more stacks. Probably a little bit slower, I would say, than the gunner does, but it does a lot more impact per shot. And as always, we go to the classic, which is the one I've upgraded a lot more. Some of the more classic add-ons. As always, especially this, I love the classic red. Classic red is a classic red. I like the red. It looks a little bit better than just generic, like olive color. I also like adding decals to them. Not necessarily all the guns, but occasionally some of the guns I like to add on some of the fun decals just because why the heck not? But one of the things that I really do love about changing the abilities is that instead of it just being a cluster of 3 rockets, you have up to 3 rockets now that can reload a little bit faster, and also they deal a higher area of impact. They clear a lot more enemies and only just 1 rocket fired at a time. You can fire all 3 in quick succession if you really wanted to, but you can only just fire 1, call it a day, or you can fire 1, 2, let the others reload, and then fire all 3 again. It allows for a little bit more support for your team, as always does if you prefer to do, I believe it is called, the napalm rockets. Napalm rockets I was running for the longest time. It allows a small pocket of napalm left over, so it burns more enemies, and also it tends to do a bit of a wider area of impact. Oh, I love that. Oh boy, time to break out the big guns. Let's go.
Routing you through the refinery core. Don't say I never take you nowhere.
Ouch. No one there either. That's a first. Usually there's a prowler sitting there.
That's the lift. Entrance on the far side.
Rocket.
Big deal is the generator. Expect little friends to pop
Again, it
up.
takes 11 seconds for these guys to reload. So I mean, like the fact that you can just waste ordnance like that and it just comes right back is beautiful to me.
Set up a perimeter, then hit the call button.
Do I want to use any of these? I do want to use at least the magazines, just because I don't ever really get a chance to use those. And now we're good. Alright, you can call it now.
Bugs inbound. They are right on you.
Understood.
Incoming on the left.
Understood. Shooting back.
Center column. Not a spitter.
Also, those precision rockets do take out a lot more damage, especially against the bigger enemies like that guy. As opposed, I should say, to the napalm or concussion rockets. They don't really deal as much overall damage to the bigger guys. Definitely the little guys, for sure.
Right leg in the dust.
Here we go. Good work, Phalanx. Again, I'm focusing way too much for a gun I really don't need to worry about, because I can literally just talk and talk and talk if I really wanted to. With this gun doesn't necessarily need as much focus. Good work. Well, thank you guys all for watching this episode of Aliens Fireteam Elite. Hopefully you guys join me for the next one, where we're going to review, I believe, the technician, if not the doctor, next up. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. This is Placeholder, over and out.